Yo, what's up? It's your boy Zach, Super Jewelers, 6-time champion of the world. I'm giving a big shout out to my home team, Heavy Back TV. You heard? Keep it live.
YouTube, crazy word. Yes, sir.
Who this nigga on that name?
Ain't nobody but me, boss. What up, YouTube? Big TL, Heavy Bag TV. Man, if you don't get your goof ass in here and hit that bag. All right, man. Boots Ennis, man, it's Stanionis. It's finally here. A unification in the 47 division. We haven't had one since, of course, Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, a whole 2 years ago, way back in, I believe it was June or July of 2023. Here we are now in 2025, April 12th. It's going down. Somebody must go. The undefeated Boots, 34-0, 29 knockouts, 16-0, Amanda Stanionis, 9 knockouts. And, by the way, it's for the lineal. It's for the Ring Magazine belt. This will make somebody the man at 147 pounds. Oh, that's extremely exciting. And I had to put the upset alert in the title because there's a lot of Boots naysayers, man. Yeah, listen, boxing is a what have you done lately for me sport, and he just didn't look that great again versus a Karen Shakajan. And listen, I can't wait to see Shakajan versus somebody else relevant that you may know, so we can get that comparison. But that's an extremely tricky style. I think he did come to fight a little bit more than he did in their first meeting, meaning Shakajan versus Boots Ennis. I almost think he gave us just as good as he got in that fight, but it was the footwork that was, again, extremely tricky for me, and I think was the frustrating part for Boots Ennis and why he couldn't get him out of there, right? Sometimes in the sport of boxing, you just have those matchups where you just can't get the best out of that guy that you really want, or your potential says that you're supposed to do. And that was just the case for Karen Shakajan. Amanda Stanionis is a completely different fighter. Now, again, it's a lot of naysayers going into this fight. It's a lot of people that don't believe Boots Ennis can beat Amanda Stanionis, especially given his particular style, which is a style that I believe is tailor-made for Boots Ennis.
Stop the cap.
Not a ton of footwork that you're going to get out of Amanda Stanionis. I think he truly likes to fight in the pocket. As he was asked a question, and this is what Amanda Stanionis had to say. He says, it's always how I like to press my opponents, but it depends. I also have my outside skills. I have a big amateur background, so I can fight both ways, but I prefer to bang because the fans to see that. I like to give excitement to the fans, right? So shit, that's what he does. And if he chooses to do to kind of get in the inside with Boots and bang, I think it'll be to his detriment. And not only is it something that he likes to do because it's the fans, I think it's more of just his style. And again, that'll be the detriment. I can see Boots getting the stoppage somewhere late if he doesn't win by unanimous decision, in my opinion. All right. I'm more looking pat, and I hate to say that, but I'm not the fighter in this situation. Of course, for Boots Ennis, his focus needs to be completely on Stanionis, but I'm looking past Stanionis, and I know y'all saying, damn, Seal, that's crazy to be looking past Stanionis, but I am. What is, to me, is the biggest threat in the division is a young fellow, the youngest champion in the game right now by the name of Brian Norman Jr., and that shit is spooky. Brian Norman Jr., the assassin. If you want some real problems, I think you see that kid. If you saw the Derek Cuevas fight, I think you got a better understanding of just who Brian Norman Jr. is against a veteran, somebody with a ton of power, and he'll be willing to sit there and trade with Boots. And it'll some point in that fight become, you can get off, let me get off, see how you handle mine. Unless Boots decides to completely retreat, because I just don't see no retreat in that young brother. That's going to be an extremely exciting fight if Boots decides to stick around. I do believe he completely ducked Virgil Ortiz. Again, if you're looking at the picture, it's a weight drain Boots. It was a reason why he called out those guys at 54. because that's where he belongs. Let's keep it a bean. Anytime you start losing your eyebrows, this division is no longer for you. It's not easy to make this weight. So he did, I think, because Virgil Ortiz is the guy that raised his hand, that may have had something to do with him sticking around at 47. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm not. Does he stick around and fight Brian Norman Jr. is the question. I don't know, man. If Boots unifies here, becomes the lineal champion, that just might be good enough for him to completely avoid Brian Norman Jr. And now Virgil Ortiz is off the radar. He can pick a different opponent to start his debut or to do his debut at 54. Oh, man, come on. I know y'all want to let me have it in the comment section. I ain't mad at you. But let me know your thoughts anyway. I hate, subscribe, all that good shit. Get at me in the comment section. That's all I got for y'all in this one. Big T.O. Heavy Bag. I'm out of here. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.